I'm Anne-Marie Barton. Join me as I help homeowners reimagine their spaces, discovering an atmosphere of beauty, peace, and tranquility. From simple changes to sweeping transformations, I'll be sharing my process, tips, and of course, my vision. With the help of 3D renderings, we'll reveal exactly what's possible, creating an environment of beauty where form and function matter. This is the Vision Maker.
Hi, my name is Jennie and welcome to my home. My husband Garrett and I bought the house in 2016. We are expecting our first daughter. Very excited and nervous, but overall very, very grateful and excited. I feel a little overwhelmed with creating a space that is organized and that will be a perfect nursery for our daughter.
Today we're in the Valley in Los Angeles, and this is the home I'm going to visit. Of course, you know I have not been in before, but I do know that it's maybe a nursery that I'm going to be concentrating on. So I decided to wear pink and blue. Let's go see.
Hi!
Are you Jennie?
I'm Jennie! So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Is it all right to have this between us?
Absolutely.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for picking me to come to your home and
Oh my gosh.
see what's up. You know, when I'm gone, I want you to walk into the room and say, wow, where does my eye go?
Yeah.
Because you want it to only go a few places.
Right.
And in your space, it's all over.
Right, it is.
So where do we want to look? And then let's piece out on the rest, okay?
That's good. I love that.
Now, in a perfect world, I wish this sofa was perhaps less sloppy looking, maybe the pillows.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even go ahead and take the pillows away
Okay.
and put fresh pillows here that have a little more form to them.
Okay.
I want you to feel organized in
Yeah.
your disorganization that's about to happen.
Thank you.
So just a little soft, a little cleaner.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe just updated
Yeah,
feeling.
no,
Okay.
absolutely.
And then this gets softened up. We're wanting to feel peace. Okay, the drape. I think the theme of my shows this week has been draperies.
Yeah?
So one thing I know is for some reason people think the drape always hangs just above.
Okay.
But really, I just want you to raise that all the way up. And then
Okay.
you'll have to get a longer drape. I'm so sorry.
No,
Your husband's
it's okay.
nearby and he's just like,
We got work to do.
I hear him. But again, this pattern, while it's cheery,
It's
is
busy.
competitive with everything else.
Yeah, totally.
If you were up with a soft sofa that was only one color, then this could be bright and fun.
Okay.
So just limit the things your eye looks at.
Okay.
All right? Let's go see what you're
That makes sense.
hoping for advice on.
Yes.
Go ahead. Show me the way. If I were doing a nursery here,
Okay.
and I had a baby girl, which I have a baby girl granddaughter, and I love, love, love having a little girl. So you would end up needing a big rug in here,
Okay.
maybe a round, fluffy rug. So
Love that.
because we know the baby's going to be on the floor crawling, and we need to cozy this up.
I love that.
Also, I think we should, you know, this isn't a bad color for a baby girl because blush with this kind of neutral toffee brown is kind of beautiful together, as long as you put enough of the blush in here.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun. But I do like this already existing color. I don't have such a problem with that, but I
Okay.
love wall covering.
All right.
So I'm kind of a
Yes.
junkie when it comes to that.
I love
We have
that.
a couple of choices. Could be really fun to do kind of like a butterfly wall covering on the ceiling that's
Yeah.
sort of a pleasure. The baby will wake up, wonder what's going on. It just
love
seems
that.
dreamy,
Yeah.
you know.
And I love butterflies, I have to
So,
tell you.
Okay, that was meant to be.
Yes.
So, and then we're going to be looking for the right crib. And maybe you haven't gotten your crib.
No.
I'm kind of loving these natural, kind of almost like a walnut crib that's kind of soft, a little grain to that walnut.
I love
but
that.
instead of a painted crib.
Yeah.
So it's
definitely.
really kind of earthy a little bit.
I'm all about earthy.
Does that work?
Yes,
Okay.
it works.
All right.
Totally.
So the round rug, the earthy crib, the butterflies on the ceiling, and now the lighting. I mean, we do have this, but it might be kind of fun to have a little more fun in here.
Yes.
So what if you did multiple lights in the ceiling that were really just the paper balls? I did this recently and I loved it.
Okay.
You'd still have a light in the room.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a fan.
Right.
And then you would just jumble these in the ceiling and it looks very fun. It almost feels like balloons going up.
Oh my God.
So I can show you some pictures of that, but I do get to render it.
Yeah.
So I can really actually show you pictures of this.
Yes, please.
That would be fun.
Okay.
Okay. And
Sounds
then
good.
we need to use this wall because this is what you'll walk into. This
Right.
is your focal point
see,
wall.
yeah. For
Now,
saying.
I think, by the way, that the changing table might be on that wall.
Oh, okay.
This is the crib in my mind.
Okay.
And then this is our kind of a fun wall.
All right.
I'd rather see you take some storage, shelves maybe, that you attach onto the wall. So that
Okay.
we can kind of have the storage you need, but also make it look pretty and cool. We want some books in there. We want all the cute things.
Yeah.
Baskets that have a little fun color to them and natural too.
Yeah.
And those would be stacked on this wall.
Okay.
I kind of know what I'm thinking, and I can't wait to show you.
I know. I
You know?
can't wait to see what you come up
It'll be
with.
fun. Now you're going to come in here with your husband, and you're going to have to play in here.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking a couple of soft chairs
Okay.
that you can kind of waller on the ground with the baby.
Oh.
So just a cozy chair, maybe an ottoman with it.
Yeah.
You both could have one over there. So I've got
My
that in
goodness.
mind too.
Okay.
Would-
You're like creating so much. It's amazing.
Would that work?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
like, wow.
One last thing I just noticed.
Yeah.
The windows. Let's do like a shade that has a
Okay.
pretty fabric to it.
Yes.
Might even be natural to kind of feed off the natural on the crib.
Right.
And let's hang it again from the ceiling at the top.
Tie it. Yeah.
And then
the
we'll
top.
let it fall down about a third of the window.
Okay.
And leave it there most of the time. But when
All
you need to
right.
put the baby down,
Yeah.
you can lower those.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds
We
good.
can even do battery operated. So you can just boop.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I
so,
love it.
Yeah, I'm excited to do it.
Yay.
I think we picked the right room.
I think so, for sure. Working with Anne-Marie has been such an incredible, amazing experience. She is so talented, so excited. Cannot wait to see what she comes up with and renders and creates for our little space in our little cottage home.
She is so sweet, and she seems so motivated to do the things that we were talking about. Her home was welcoming already, but it had a lot of clutter, and I think she was willing and knew it was time to get ready for this baby. So I can't wait to see the results. I'm gonna render this up. That baby's room is going to be so darling and really a respite in this house, and I want peace for this girl. Well, I don't want to say I have favorites, but it was awfully exciting to get to do another nursery. And this one really hit for me because just about 6 months before, I did one for my own granddaughter. So as I was looking with Jennie through her house, I was just like excited to get into that space. For her right now, it's just a guest bedroom. But when I looked at it, I really did have the vision for how it could become this baby's room as well as a playroom, because the house is just not that large. Probably we'll have toys in there and the crib and the changing table. It's all gonna happen there. So to start, I thought I would use butterfly wallpaper on the ceiling, but once I opened this up and looked at it again, I kind of had to use it all over the walls. We love these butterflies, and I can't believe I said that, and she loves them too. I love the fact that I've got this little light turquoise and then the pink. I love the pink. Now we have to think about what is happening in our ceiling. So I had the idea of creating these moonlights. You can see the circles up in the ceiling that I imagine glowing on a dimmer so that they're just gorgeous up there at night for the baby. And then hanging these balloons, which are actually out of paper and very affordable. I have 3 of them in my nursery, and I think that's what's gonna be perfect for Jennie. So if money allows, do the moons. But if not, please do the paper balls and the wallpaper. We have to prioritize always. So those are my number ones. Knowing that we have to do everything all in this space, I started, of course, with the crib, and I love it out of a natural color. Even with these blues and pinks, you always have to ground the space with something natural. And she liked the idea of that too. She says she loves earthy. So then I thought we would bring in some brass. This is the kind of metal that I could see creating a hanging rod coming out of the ceiling with all of the cutest baby clothes hanging on it. And when you're having a girl, you're gonna have a lot of opportunity to make it beautiful. I thought we would just not waste the space that we had above the changing table, because I did take a peek in their closet and it looked very crowded. So this will be useful and beautiful. There'll also be some baskets and toys around, a bookshelf, but mom and dad need a place to hang out too, especially once the baby's crawling. So I put a really soft chair made out of this kind of fluffy fur material that's almost like a bean bag, but totally updated. I think you'll love this. This is really cozy. And then I was thinking about the bedding in the crib. So you can see these naturals, and they have just a little hedge of pink on them. And that reminds me of the drape. So we will have to have the blackout blinds because you want the baby to sleep as long as humanly possible, but we have to have some folly too, and some movement. And I found this little soft light pink drape that has the same sort of metallic feel that the wall covering has. So I love this combination together. And then, oh my gosh, you're probably seeing this little mushroom. So cute, and these are affordable. All you have to do is Google search lit mushrooms and you'll see many different sizes. I have 3 in my nursery right now. And then there are these cute little toys that are also very natural colored. So the thing is, we just don't like red, green, and blue in these nurseries anymore. We like naturals, of course. Now, the pièce de résistance in this nursery is the slide into the balls. So you may not need that at first because, of course, you're just a little baby, but they grow up fast, and what a fun nursery it would be to incorporate the toys, especially the slide. So I picked this color called Dreary Beige that's really kind of a brown pink. I love the way that looks, and that's the color I decided to paint the slide so that all quietly worked together in the space. Now, you know you'll need a fluffy rug. I couldn't believe it when I found this really cool Moroccan soft pink rug that I know will be cozy for that baby to learn to crawl. So when I look at it all together, I know that I need this room to grow with the child, and I think it will. And also, not to forget, it's easy to re-wallpaper later. Jennie seemed pretty receptive. I think it was urgently needed. I think that baby was coming, so I'm hoping that we can get all of these details to her and she can make my vision come alive.